Presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Frank, there really is nothing quite like it. The old course at St. Andrews, and you know the old course is old when the new course is 100 years old. You know you're in a place that is bathed in history.
Yeah, the fact that they can't really figure out who exactly designed the old course, it just evolved. And if you look at a scorecard, the fact that you go out and in, it's designed purely around St. Andrews because 9 holes are out, then you turn around in the loop and come all the way back to the clubhouse. So the amazing thing is you actually can, if you get lucky, play 9 holes with the wind behind you, and if fortunately with the tide it turns, you can get 9 holes with the wind at your back as well.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That is a green in regulation as the approach shot hits the first green, but he is by no means in for par yet. A lengthy putt coming up. Long putt here. This will require a good touch. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Drops it, and he's at even par. Here we are now at the second. Always so important to try and establish a good round in these opening holes, Frank.
In the second hole, especially with a prevailing breeze and today's modern equipment, the odd player has actually driven this green, but you really see the tone of the golf course. The middle of the golf course is protected. There's a series of bunkers down there, but the left is always the safe side of the golf course, but the best line to play your second shot from on the whole golf course is always the right side, and we see that here at the second.
Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Frank, you always talk about it. Don't compound the mistakes. Well, here we are, another shot from the rough.
And this one no easier than the one he's just hit.
Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. Well, that's not the way you wanted to start out the backside here.
Yeah, you can't afford from inside 10 feet. You feel like you have to make those, and they really sting when they miss.
2-1 over par early on in this round. Frank, talk about the strategy off the tee here at the third.
You can drive the ball pretty close to this green, Rich. It's shorter than the second hole. Just hit it down the right side, but try and avoid those little pot bunkers.
That one is just a little offline, and that will not end up in the fairway. Only 110 yards and a good chance here. This is the second shot. This is a good-looking shot. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich. Really. This is an awkward length.
Oh my gosh, that hurts. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one. Rich, these winds haven't subsided at all today. It's certainly a tough test out there right now for these players.
They get your attention, don't they, as a player?
They have club selection right now, vital.
You put the ball back in your stance just a little bit?
If you're going to hit it down.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Getting set now over the putt. Okay, has it and stays at 1 over par. Hole number 5 of the first par 5 we've seen today. This fairway looks like it narrows quite a bit, Frank. Are you thinking eagle when you step up onto the tee?
Well, you could, especially if you've got a little bit of breeze behind you, but it's quite wide in the driving area with the exception of those 3 bunkers on the right that just sort of pop out. But if you can get it past those, this par 5, very reachable.
Long and straight, about 320 yards, and in the fairway. Now the second shot to the par 5.
Needs a sort of miracle putt.
Well, you could see he's just disgusted with that effort. These putts keep the round together. So close. He'd settle for par here. So just a formality here. Did the job right there. Now at the 6th, not a particularly long hole, Frank, par 4.
Yeah, semi-blind tee shot. You've got an idea where you want to hit, but there's a series of 3 bunkers. They're called the coffins, down the left side, as well as some pop bunkers down the right. So this requires a very accurate tee shot.
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is gone.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
That is a tremendous shot right there. Touch, nerve, had it all. And he has the bottom of the barrel. Now, 7th hole here at the Old Course, Frank.
Ideal line, just hit your tee shot over the March stone. The bunker on the 11th green actually often comes into play, called the shell bunker. So anything a little bit right of that, but very difficult green for the approach shot coming up.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Still even par for the day. Standing on the tee at the par 3 8th here at the Old Course. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
One of the biggest greens on the golf course. It looks flat, it looks like it's easy, but once that flag gets on the left side, this is when the hole becomes a little bit more difficult. It's very easy to take this hole for granted. Very hard to hit it close, though.
Pretty far from the hole, but still on the green, and that's never too bad. Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
So they'll tap in. In for par. And Frank, the Open Championship coming back to the home of golf this summer.
Yeah, and remember, too, the last time it was here, Louis Oosthuizen at the 9th hole, he had no problem driving this par 4. So let's see if you can do the same. If you can carry that last bunker down there, there's every chance that your tee shot can run onto this very flat green. Oh, I liked that.
This is when the game is fun, Frank, when you get one high in the air and you have a down breeze and you just watch it. Stays in the air forever.
Yeah, the hang time on that.
Birdie try up next. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just a couple of feet. Still playing even for the day after the par. Now at the 10th. Bobby Jones loved this hole, didn't he?
And that's why it's been renamed Bobby Jones. Drivable for a lot of the players, but if you're going to have a crack at this green, avoid the gorse down the left side, as well as the 2 pot bunkers that are in line with the right side of this green.
You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Good-looking shot right here. How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Has the putt, and now at -1. Frank, another famous hole, this time the par 3-11.
Yeah, this hole was made famous by the left bunker, which is called the Hill, where Bobby Jones, when he first played St Andrews, couldn't get the ball out of the bunker, so in the end he actually ripped up his scorecard. A lot's changed since then, but the hole hasn't lost its luster.
So off the tee here at the par 3, not his best stuff, but still a chance to make the 3.
Yeah, that was a poor miss off the tee. See if he can redeem himself. It's a big green. Just managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
That's how you maintain momentum. Make those putts for par. Now at the 12th, and Frank, when you put the peg in the ground here, are you licking your chops?
Well, you are, unless you're playing into a head breeze. Because if you are playing a head breeze, then you've got to worry about the 4 bunkers that are in the middle of this fairway. Touch of help, or if you're a long hitter, then all you've got to do is worry about that little pot bunker just short of this green. There is gorse left and right, though.
And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. In for birdie, and now 2 under on the day. Now to the par 4 13th, and again, Frank, it's all about avoiding the bunkers.
Yeah, another hole that forces you to go either right or left of something that you can see. The two bunkers called the coffins right up ahead. You can also go beyond those, and if you do, then you've got a much shorter shot in, but you've got to avoid those fairway bunkers. They are very costly.
Oh, he loves that one. You can see it. This one is high, it is deep, and it is gone. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Settles in over the putt.
Normally you'd be happy to take two from there. What's one going to feel like? Great putt.
Frank, you can actually play this 14th hole by taking a detour to another hole on the front side. Explain.
Yeah, that's the fourth hole. The fourth hole is adjacent to the 14th, and if you're in a little bit of trouble off the tee, there's nothing wrong with playing the 14th as a zigzag style par 5. So that means the drive, if it doesn't go down the right, you go further left and then back to the green. But it's a safer way, but a much longer option. There's something about a well-hit shot.
I mean, that is a monster hit right there. He carried that more than 350 yards. Get down. Look out.
It's over. The green. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Third shot. Looking for a good one. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Frankie seems to have found something. Already 2 birdies in a row and now another chance.
Yeah, it's all starting to flow here. This is really important. He's starting to play well, so finish it off here for 3 in a row.
Back here at the 15th, and Frank, this fairway narrows up in a hurry.
And it's also, there's a big crop of heather that sort of constrains you if you're going to hit it just straight down the middle. Only the brave go down the right side. It brings in those little bunkers called robs, and they'll rob your scorecard, that's for sure.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. I'm thinking this is about 110 yards, Frank. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
How about this little move? 5 under par now. 2 straight birdies. Frank, the 16th hole, there was a time in my life when I was in 4th grade, I would have really enjoyed hitting the principal's nose. But that's not a good thing here?
Well, I'd like to think you graduated past 4th grade, but and if you did, then you'd be very aware of the principal's nose. You'd hit it left, it'd be a little longer in for your second shot.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
Getting set now over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, so many famous landmarks on this hole. The hotel on the right, you want to avoid that. The bunker on the left, and then the stone wall beyond the road.
Yeah, there's all those features is one of the reasons why no one would be allowed to design a hole like this today. It also makes it not only unique, but I think that's the greatness of the hole, is that all those problems you're very aware of. It's just, can you avoid them?
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Second shot, good look at the green. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie.
It's no snack, though.
Racking up the birdies, 7 for the day. Frank, the 18th hole at the old course, when you stand on the tee, it doesn't look like much. But when you begin to factor in all the history, all the greats who have played, well, then it is quite the hole.
It certainly is. Remember the great putts like Constantina Rocca making it from the front to try and get in a playoff with John Daly, Jack Nicklaus driving the green. It's all been made possible by the ambitious player here. You've got to swing it across the Squilk and Burn, out of bounds on the right and beyond the screen, but it is reachable. With the mere mortals, they'll aim a little left. They'll aim at the clock face on the R&A building.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
And he's made the green. So a tough way to close the round, missing a short putt and a bogey here at 18. Just a couple of feet. That's a good day's work right there. Round of 67. Frank, I have to say, I've been impressed by the level of golf today. Really came out here with a solid game plan and executed.
And consequently, a very solid round. Continuing with that kind of play can certainly put you in the winner's seat.